Oral communications, the discussion is limited to items not a part of this agenda. Each speaker is allowed 5 minutes. Members of the redevelopment agency may question or respond to the speaker, but there will be no debate or decision. The matter may be referred to staff through the executive director for investigation and report.
Thank you. I have one card from Nancy Kubota. Did I pronounce that correctly?
It's Kubota.
Kubota.
Good afternoon. My name is Nancy Kubota. I live at 912 Grainold Avenue. I'm also a member of the Peliconia Estates Homeowners Association. I'm on the board. I'm here about the San Fernando Road redevelopment. I've been part of this redevelopment process for at least 18 years. I have every paper ever published, everything from Disney, and I can see it came from a massive project down to 3 feet, which I understand there are limitations. But the homeowners would really appreciate it if you could just include us a little bit on the, for example, the signage that you're putting up, just what's really going on in the neighborhood, because there's a lot of things that have upset us, but we've accepted it, and we'd really like to be part of the decision-making, or at least hear some of the things that you have decided to do along San Fernando Road. I'm talking now, or speaking as my own representative. I'm kind of upset with there's a huge sign at Lakeside Surgery. It looks like a great big neon sign on San Fernando Road. I really feel it takes away from the integrity of that area that you're trying to redevelop, and at night it's really offensive, especially when it's lit up. It's just something I'd like to bring in front of you. I never heard anything about it, and that's all. Just please include us. My email is there. I'd be happy to go to any meetings or to see what you've decided what to do. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do any comments? No. Okay.
I'll wait till we actually talk about we're going to have a special meeting for that.
Related
don't
to
go away.
markers.
No, Mr. Chair, we
Yes.
will refer the issue of the sign to code enforcement to see if it's properly permitted.
Thank you. I don't have any other cards, and I don't see anybody running up to the microphone, so we'll say that oral communications is closed. Next item, please.
On the business agenda at 6A is the city attorney regarding cancellation of redevelopment agency meetings for December 26, 2007 and January 2nd, 2008. And at A1 is a motion to cancel the meetings.
Mr. Weaver.
Move 6A1.
Motion is seconded, so would you call the roll, please?
Agency members Najarian,
Yes.
Quintero,
Yes.
Weaver,
Aye.
Yusefian,
Aye.
Chairman Draymond.
Yes. Next item.
At B is Director of Development Services regarding appointment of agency chair to fill the unexpired term of agency member Yusefian, who resigned as chair on November 13, 2007. At B1 is a motion appointing agency vice chair Draymond to serve as the chair and appointing an agency member to serve as vice chair for the remainder of the terms ending on April 8, 2008. At B2 is a motion appointing an agency member to serve as chair for the remainder of the term. At B3 is a motion leaving the agency chair vacant for the remainder of the term.
Mr. Draymond.
Thank you. Yes, Mr.
I
Quintero.
would like to move 6B1.
And who would you put as vice chair, I guess?
Oh, we have to do both?
There's 3.
It's chair and vice chair.
You want to do that, Dave?
As vice chair? Yeah, and then I'll vacate, I guess, if I do that. I
Well, you can do both.
No, I prefer redevelopment with John to housing. Maybe you'd like housing.
Well, I'm not sure that's on the
I
agenda.
don't think we can
It's
discuss.
not on the agenda, but if I
All right,
vacate,
well, if we have to
it'll be on next week.
If we have to nominate both, then I'll nominate John Draymond and Dave Weaver as a vice chair. John Draymond is a chair and Dave Weaver is a vice chair.
So then we have
Oh.
do we have a second? That's the question.
Well, I can second myself.
I have no idea.
There's no extra money involved, so...
Right. So then I guess you can, but Councilmember Yusefian.
Mr. Chair, or
acting
I
chair?
think your chair, April's almost around the corner, so I think you could just run it, and you really don't need really a vice chair. So I don't see why we make such a big deal about it. As far as I'm concerned, you are the chair, and you run the meetings, and that's all there is to it. So this way, we don't have to jockey around and have a vice chair from another place, and then we have a vacancy in the housing. Now we have to put somebody else on the housing, and it just creates more headaches. So,
That is item B,
well, no,
no, I mean, the idea
no,
that...
actually, B1 includes a vice chair.
B3.
I think mine will be a B4.
No.
Well, before or after, it still sounds like B3.
Okay, so motion leaving the agency chair vacant for the remainder of the terms, or I could just make a motion on B4, which is to make Mr. Draymond the chair, and that's it.
I think
Well,
they'd have to have a vice chair, though.
Let's stop for a minute. Mr. City
There's a
Manager.
motion on the floor.
I was just going to point out that motion number 2 selects somebody to serve as chair. It does not select somebody to serve as vice chair. And following tradition, if there were no vice chair and somebody were needed to serve at a meeting in the chair's absence, we would turn to our mayor pro tem list and see who's next in line if indeed that issue arose. That's been our practice when there hasn't been, or when the chair and vice chair is absent, that's been our practice. So it kind of depends on the month.
Okay, then I'll withdraw my motion of 6B1.
And just appointing an agency member as chair would be motion
6B2.
Well, you were talking
B2.
about one rather than two,
B2.
is what you were doing.
Yeah, I thought one was 2.
Mr. Draymond
So-
as chair and appointing me as vice chair.
So, Mr. Quintero, would you like to go for B2?
Yeah.
I'll
go
second
for
that
6B2.
with,
Excuse me 1 second. The seconder has to agree to send the, otherwise we need a substantive
okay,
motion. So,
I'll make a substitute motion at,
just a moment. We need to find out whether the seconder of the original motion wishes to rescind his second.
Not necessarily, I think Mr. Quintero meant 6B1. That's what he spoke at least, but he said 2.
Okay, well, he has now...
Well, let's take a vote on 6B1. And we'll take a vote on 6B1, and then
Get it
we'll
over with.
come back to 6B2.
So you are rescinding your request to rescind, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All righty.
I'll go with 6B1.
all right. Now, can I, Mr. Mayor?
Well,
Mr. Chair?
no, at this point, now we are at the original motion, so we either we have a motion and a second.
Well, I'm
yeah.
going to introduce a substitute motion, which is actually accurate.
That is a proper parliamentary procedure. You can adopt, you can move a
You can see
substitute
whether there's a
motion.
second for it. And
Right, that's true.
So,
My substitute motion will be 6B2 with appointing Mr. Draymond as the chair to finish the term.
Can I second that, or am I out of the
Yeah, you
picture?
Yes, you can.
I can't.
Then that substitute for the one that you just moved.
Yeah, I know.
So we have a motion, a substantive motion,
I will
and a
second.
second.
So you take a vote
So
on
let's
it?
take
Take the
a
vote on the
roll on
substitute
that.
motion first.
I have a comment.
Do we have comments? Thank you.
But I direct that comment to the Chair Pro Tem. Do you want this job, John?
Thank you for asking.
The chains that come with it, and the leg irons and everything else.
Yes, thank you for asking. Yes, I would be honored to serve officially in a capacity of Chair of Redevelopment Agency until April of 2008. So,
Thank you.
thank you for
This is
asking.
my question.
Is there any further discussion? No. Roll call, please, Mr. City Clerk.
Agency members, Najarian,
Yes.
Quintero,
Yes.
Weaver,
On the substitute?
yes.
No.
Yusefian,
Aye.
Chairman Draymond.
I'm going to abstain.
Motion carries.
So the motion carries.
And the original motion is made moot?
Well, the original motion, I don't know what the votes are, so I can't say it would be moot. It would appear to be moot. You can ask the maker of the motion, now the seconder, knowing what the outcome has already been, if they want to
If they
withdraw.
care to rescind their motion.
Yeah, I'll rescind the motion.
And the seconder
I don't care, it's a done deal.
sounds like a
Okay,
rescission
sounds
to me.
All right.
The mayor pro tem sits in for Mr. Droyman when he's not here.
And who is the mayor pro tem for, I think in December, I'm the mayor
For
pro
December,
tem.
it is you, actually.
Yes.
In which case, in December, we'd move on to the next
To the
one,
next.
would be Quintero.
So in case, we know that now, Councilmember Quintero
It happens tomorrow.
for January is a heartbeat away from,
No, January is a different one, right? Oh, I see. Yeah,
yes,
being-
all right. All right, thank you. Let's move on, please. Next item.
And item number 7 on the agency agenda is agency member or staff comments.
I'd like to extend my hearty congratulations to the new chair of the
Thank you.
Redevelopment Agency, John. I'm sure we have great faith in you in bringing this agency into the
20th.
second half of the
see.
2008 year,
Yes.
and go get them.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Any other comments from staff or council?
Move to
None.
adjourn.
All right. We have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We stand in adjournment at what time, Mr. City Clerk?
2:47 p.m.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay. Now it's our joint meeting, and I'd like to call to order the joint meeting of the Glendale City Council and the Glendale Redevelopment Agency. It's 2:30 on it's 2:48 on December 11th, 2007. May we have roll call for the council?
Council members Draymond,
Here.
Farrow,
Here.
Weaver,
Here.
Yusefian,
Here.
Mayor Najarian.
Here.
Roll call for the agency.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Agency members Najarian,
Here.
Quintero,
Here.
Weaver,
Here.
Yusefian,
Here.
Chairman Draymond.
Here.
May we have your report, please?
Agenda for the December 11th, 2007 joint public meeting of the Glendale City Council and the Glendale Redevelopment Agency was posted on Thursday, December 6th, 2007, on the bulletin board outside of City Hall.
And will you read the first item?
Item number 1 is Director of Public Works and Director of Development Services regarding San Fernando Road Corridor Landscaping Improvement Project, Phase 3. At 1A is council motion to select a street name